It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Bengals and the Niners coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the San Francisco 49ers. They were Super Bowl opponents twice in the 80s, and they're back at it here. The Bengals and Niners are underway. From his end zone, here's Trent Taylor. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A second down throw for Purdy. Here as he's taken down. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
A miserable start here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and very long. Back to throw, Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Purdy. Man open. That's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Up the gut, McCaffrey. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bengals' 30-yard line.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Purdy will set up to throw it here. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 14. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
2nd and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Jake Moody on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. And sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now a short one to Gesicki. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets into the 30-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now the first carry for Zach Moss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Excellent effort defensively. Tackle for loss goes to Leonard Floyd.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
3rd down and 6. Here's Burrow. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That's caught out right by Jennings. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Oh, they had a good chance to get off the field defensively there. If they could just wrap up, it's going to be a 4th down. But instead, they can't get him on the deck, and he allows them to pick up the first down.
They go play action here. Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The end result, 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now a throw here, hold in.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Purdy from the gun. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Purdy. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So the scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice, and that often runs you into a penalty.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Burrow's throw here taken in by Gesicki. Now they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And Burrow going to throw again. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Down he goes. The 49ers get there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And take it right at the 35. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Purdy looking to throw. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now Purdy. And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he'll get this up to midfield.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Purdy now to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Here's Purdy.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan
We were certainly treated to
Take it
an
away,
entertaining
Coach.
first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the counter, this is Moss. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 5. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing here, Purdy. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, Purdy. This is caught.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now Purdy. They'll find Ayuk open right side.
A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
A gain of 7 brings up second and goal at the 13-yard line.
Purdy bootlegging it. They'll get this to his tight end, Latu.
Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point of attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey
From 8 yards out, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
That right there makes up for that missed extra point they had after the first score.
Yeah, they went ahead and got back to level by going for 2 and having the normal amount of points, so that works out pretty well for them. And if you're the kicker, don't worry about it too much. Now they've got back to where they want to be, they'll try it out there for the next one.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
First down, here's Burrow. He's got a man, complete.
Down to the 10.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
75 yards.
And the Bengals have got it back to within a score.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. Brock Purdy and the offense back out there.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Give running right is Mitchell.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now 3rd down and 7. Purdy now to throw off the play action.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
They'll start on the ground with Moss. There's a nice move. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Right back to Moss. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Burrow on play action. Throw right side into the hands of the tight end, Sample. But it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down at 7. Out of the gun, Purdy. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
This one caught downfield by Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins, 46 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away.
Fighting his way through contact.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
They had that 14-0 lead, but that has evaporated as they go to work here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And now the 3rd. Incomplete.
The defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Here's Burrow.
Now they go screen. It's complete.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Burrow.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Defensively, well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can be scored in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
Pass complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. To throw, Burrow.
On the right side, open is Gesicki. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
This is 1st and 10. They'll run with Moss. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here's 2nd down. They'll go again here with Moss.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Well, the faithful in full roar here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down. They'll go up the middle here with Moss. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson.
This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that bone, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Pushing his way through. Well, this one, partner, was fun down at the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.